Okay, I don't see.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video we're looking at the Realme 6S, specifically the camera and specifically what kind of video can you get out of it. If you want to see what the 6S camera is like for photos, link in the video description to another video that I've done on that. This video is specifically about the video footage. So we're going to compare it in two environments. One is hiking, second is in the car. And we're going to compare the 4K footage versus the stabilized footage, which the 6S shoots in 1920 by 1080. So in the car, as a selfie camera, as a landscape video camera, stabilized, non-stabilized, walking and not walking. And hopefully at the end of the video you'll get an idea of what the camera can do. So enough for the talking, this is the review. Yeah, this is just some generic shots, ultra steady off 4K main camera. So you can see that the 4K does give a good picture, but there's absolutely zero image stabilization with it. So if the camera's not steady, this is what you're going to get. If it is steady, it's going to be a decent picture. So this is main camera, ultra steady, walking along for far away. So you can see the problem here with the image stabilization. If something is further than sort of 5 meters away, it's hunting for focus, it's hunting for exposure. Basically it's unusable.
This is 4K
and this is the 4K again, unstabilized. Again, great picture, but it does pick up every single movement in the camera.
No steady shot, yeah.
The steady shot for stuff further than 5 meters away is basically unusable in my opinion. And maybe even less than 5 meters, you know, 3 meters. Further than that, it's just no good at all.
This is a super steady mode, main camera as a selfie video camera, walking
so you can see what a good job it does.
What difference does the...
If it's close up, stuff in the foreground like a meter or two away, the super steady mode or ultra steady mode does a fantastic job of getting the thing into focus, the thing that's in the foreground, keeping it super stable, excellent stabilization. But you can see the background has got the same issue. It's blurred, it's hunting, you know, the background is all over the shot. Basically, the foreground's great at the expense of everything in the background.
Get different light. So this is without the super steady. This is just normal. Main camera as a selfie camera. Walking
so that bank behind me is probably like 2 meters away, and you can see it's not too bad, and the ultra steady is off. So there appears, when you film it, this is filmed in 1920, so it appears if you film in 1920, there is some, well, there is a lot of image stabilization going on.
No image stabilization, main camera as a selfie camera.
Bob's struggling, yeah. Icky!
I'm not sure why he chose to go through the drift, quite honestly. I think maybe he thought it wasn't soft. Bravo! So this is 4K, no image stabilization.
Again, great picture, but it does pick up every single movement in the camera.
Smooth road.
Deals with the sun okay.
Main camera with image stabilization.
So you can see what the image stabilization does. It completely blurs everything that's further than, you know, 2-3 meters away. The resolution goes out the window. I notice the microphone is decent for more or less every shot.
A few bumps here.
You know, going from light to dark, it's okay, but it is just very blurred. This quality of this footage is below what you would get, or massively below what you would get with a dedicated action camera like the Xiaomi Yi.
So this is 4K without the image stabilization.
So you can see here it's stable
and it's at dusk.
at the start there, and the 4K gives fantastic picture. We're driving slow here, the road is quite smooth, but you can see it's really good picture with a 4K if it's a stable base for the camera.
And this is the ultra steady.
So you can see ultra steady blurs everything.
Ultra steady mode. Maybe get a bit more of the car.
Big difference in quality, big difference.
It says it's -1, so that could be -2, -3. 4 tends not to be the most accurate thermometer.
Basically, the image stabilization, in my opinion, is a complete waste of time.
So now we come on to the Selfie Cam. The Selfie Camera. It doesn't have any super steady on it, so this is the only setting it has with regards to image stabilization.
So again, the Selfie Cam is decent.
This is how
I mean, in the foreground is great. There's no image stabilization at all on the Selfie Cam, but the picture is decent enough.
Scenic shots. With different, we'll put the sun in the back.
You know, even challenging the Selfie camera to stuff that's like 2-3 meters away, it's still a relatively good picture. Not that you're ever going to use it for this, but it can be done if you want. One thing I will say with the Selfie camera, it does mirror the picture. Here are the key takeaways. 4K camera, the 4K picture is good if the camera is still. If the camera is still, very good picture, very good, no question about it. Dark, well, low light, good light, just a very decent camera. There is no image stabilization at all in the 4K mode, so this is why I say it's got to be still. If the camera moves even a tiny bit, it's going to come out on the video. The image, if you put the image stabilization on, it automatically goes down to HD 1920 by 1080. So there's no image stabilization in 4K. There's no option for that. If you put it in 4K mode, you put image stabilization on, it goes to HD. The image stabilization option, in my opinion, it's no good for stuff that's any more than 3 meters away. It just, the whole shot gets, everything more than 3 meters away gets very blurry. It can start hunting for focus, starts hunting for exposure. Basically, it's, in my opinion, it's unusable, the image stabilization for stuff more than 3 meters away. If, on the other hand, you're shooting stuff that's very close, like between 1 and 2 meters away, with the image stabilization on, it's going to be in HD, but the picture is going to be very good and it's going to be very stable on the subject. The background is still going to be blurred, hunting for focus, but you're not going to notice that so much because you're focused on the foreground, and the foreground is going to be excellent. Normal HD mode has image stabilization as standard, yes. So I found that if I put it into HD mode and didn't select the image stabilization mode on the camera, it was doing stabilization anyway. The Selfie camera's got no image stabilization, which is a bit ironic maybe, because in selfie mode arguably that's when you're least likely to be able to put the camera on a mount, because you're going to be taking a selfie, so you're going to be holding it. This is when it's going to be the bumpiest, but like I said, there's no stabilization on it, and it's a 1920 picture from the Selfie Cam, no 4K on the Selfie Cam. The Selfie Cam has got good pictures for close objects, yeah, so if you're still, the picture is great. Again, in HD, the background is kind of iffy, as again, but foreground is good if you're close to it with the Selfie Cam. But honestly, because you get the image stabilization with the main camera, I probably wouldn't use the Selfie camera for video. I'd only use the main camera and just turn the phone around and just aim the camera at me, you know, because that way you get the image stabilization and a fantastic picture. So really struggling to find a use for the Selfie Cam for video. Selfie Cam, it's still, you can do long distance shots with a Selfie Cam because there's no image stabilization with it. But it's with this kind of average picture, it's kind of blurred. Again, you're better off using the main camera for stuff that's not immediately in front of you. So in conclusion, the video camera gives good pictures if the camera is stationary, and that goes for the main camera and for the selfie camera. There are good pictures to be had when the camera is moving in the HD mode and the stabilization mode, but for close-ups only, and the picture is unusable if the camera is moving and the subject is further away than say 3 to 4 meters. So that's it guys, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please vote on it, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you again next time.